Mike Tyson just unleashed a slap on Jake Paul so hard, the guy's probably wondering if his jaw will ever feel the same again. Let's be real, Jake had it coming. Did he seriously forget about Tyson's legendary temper? This is a man who loses it when someone accidentally brushes against his foot, and Jake thought it'd be a good idea to stomp on it. Talk about asking for trouble. It's like he was practically begging to be sent flying into next week.
The stage is set. Our main event tomorrow night.
And Jake's reaction? Oh, it was priceless. The guy looked like he'd just broken out of a mental ward, babbling incoherently, eyes wide, and sporting a brainless stare that screamed, "I have no idea what just happened." He managed to make himself look like the ultimate fool. Seriously, a total Dumbo. You'd think he'd take a moment to regain his composure, but nope, Jake was too busy cementing his title as the biggest clown in the room.
I'm f***ing him up, Ariel! I'm f***ing him up! He hits like a It's personal now! It's personal now! He must die!
The tension in the air was already electric, everyone holding their breath, bracing for a serious showdown. And what does Jake Paul do? In true chaotic, brain cell deficient fashion, he steps right on Tyson's foot. Seriously, how do you mess that up? He had one simple job: stand there, look tough, and keep his feet in their own zip code. But no, Jake somehow managed to fumble even that, like he's been secretly training to fail in the most spectacular ways imaginable.
He says the talk is over. You just felt his power. What did that feel like, and why did he do that to you?
I didn't even feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the out.
Mike Tyson, whose tolerance for nonsense is practically non-existent, absolutely snaps. And when I say snaps, I mean he delivers a slap so fierce that it probably sent shockwaves through Jake's entire family tree, warning them to stop embarrassing their bloodline. Honestly, it was the slap heard around the world pure divine justice that makes you start believing in karma. Security rushes in, scrambling to separate them before Tyson decides to finish what Jake's big mouth started. And this is where things take a sharp dive into full-on circus mode. Instead of, realizing he might be out of his depth, Jake Paul drops into some absurd yoga pose. Yoga in front of Mike Tyson. Are we watching a weigh-in or a bizarre audition for a low-budget wellness retreat? Jake's idea of diffusing the tension is literally contorting himself into shapes that scream, "I'm completely lost." He looked like a reality TV character who's too clueless to realize he's the punchline.
I feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute...
But wait, there's more. Because Jake Paul's mouth clearly never got the memo about knowing when to stay quiet. He looks right at Tyson, this absolute legend of combat sports, and calls him an angry little elf. Are you serious, Jake? The man has a bite force stronger than some wild animals, and you're throwing insults that sound like they came straight from a kindergarten playground? It's as if Jake actually believes that his trash talk is what makes him tough. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. All it does is make him sound like an attention-starved child, still living in his delusional little superhero origin story.
Knocking Mike out. Mike, I know you think you're going to win this fight, but be prepared. I'm knocking him out in the 4th or 5th round. That is how it is going.
And then, the piece de resistance. Jake grabs the mic, and here it comes, his grand villain monologue. Except, it's more deranged than anything you'd find in an action movie. He bellows like some wannabe movie villain, channeling all the cringiest parts of a B-movie character. The crowd's probably half expecting him to break into a villainous laugh track, but honestly, it's just sad. It's one of those moments that makes you wonder if Jake Paul genuinely thinks he's the star of some blockbuster movie where plot armor will save him. Sorry, Jake, but this is reality, and your acting is just as bad as your fighting. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson is the absolute coolest thing possible. He just walks off, because Tyson's not here for the circus, the clown show, or the childish dramatics. He's here for a fight, and he knows better than anyone words mean nothing when you're facing someone with real power.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jake Paul's antics? They're like a kid throwing a tantrum in a grocery store. Loud, embarrassing, and totally ineffective. Mike Tyson's seen it all, done it all, and he knows that no amount of Jake Paul's desperate bravado can change one simple fact. In the ring, experience trumps everything. The tension was through the roof, the crowd practically vibrating with anticipation as Mike Tyson and Jake Paul stood just feet apart. It was the weigh-in before what was shaping up to be the most bizarre and highly anticipated boxing showdown of our time. And then as they faced off, the unthinkable happened. Jake Paul, in all his brainless glory, stepped on Mike Tyson's foot. But here's the thing, Mike Tyson has a deep-seated, almost primal hatred of feet.
I've accomplished all of my dreams and goals by just working hard and believing in myself, and that they can too.
So then you want people to like be like, I need to believe in myself.
Exactly.
That's a good message.
And manifest things into reality.
Kind of on the same time as you.
All while not taking it too serious.
Yeah.
Not like taking things too serious.
Yeah.
That's a good message.
Add a little fun in everything.
I feel like you're really good at that, not taking things too serious.
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you a serious guy in your everyday life?
No, I like to be like a fun person. Try to be a fun person.
Something I've noticed you're really good at is like confronting the uncomfortable. And like you do that in stand-up, you do that in your videos where you're going out in public and having these kind of awkward interactions with people. Has that become kind of second nature to you, or do you still get nervous to make these videos?
You heard that right. Back in 2019, Tyson bared his soul in a GQ sports interview, revealing that feet are his absolute kryptonite. He even admitted that if he were in a UFC fight and someone stepped on his foot, he'd tap out immediately. Tyson doesn't just dislike feet. He's utterly revolted by them. So here comes Jake Paul, our beloved YouTuber turned boxer/swagger, swaggering around like a guy who's never bothered to read a single article about his opponent. And somehow, he manages to stomp on Tyson's biggest nightmare.
And I have the worst feet in the world, right? And if somebody stepped on my feet, I would totally tap out. I would just give up.
ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, how oblivious can you be? It's like Jake Paul walked straight into a minefield and was shocked when he set off an explosion. His complete cluelessness is a work of art. This wasn't just a casual mistake. It was the ultimate rookie move, a masterpiece of ignorance. Tyson, who's kept his cool through decades of provocation, finally snapped. And when I say snapped, I mean he unleashed a slap so powerful that it probably made Paul question every single life choice that led him to that exact moment. Security rushed in, frantically trying to keep the whole stage from turning into a war zone. The chaos was real. Guards swarmed the scene, desperately holding back a force of nature like Mike Tyson. And Tyson, ever the legend, didn't waste any words. He simply said 3 words that shook everyone. Talking's over. Because that's who Tyson is. A man of action, not empty words. While that helps, I don't quite see the whole situation given the slap Tyson just did. Please! The guy was scrambling harder than an egg on a frying pan, desperately clinging to whatever was left of his dignity.
The world is excited to see you one last time, perhaps. Can you just tell us the emotions, the thoughts that are going through your mind right now?
Talking's over.
Why did you push him there?
We're done.
All right, that's it. That's it for Mike Tyson.
Watching Jake Paul's pathetic attempt to act unfazed, pure comedy gold. The crowd wasn't buying it, and neither was anyone with half a brain. Tyson's slap wasn't just a slap. It was a reality check, a wake-up call for a guy who's been treating this whole thing like a joke. Paul's monstrous ego, the thing he drags around like a badge of honor, took a serious hit. But instead of owning up to his mistake, what does he do? He runs his mouth, of course. But let's get one thing straight, you don't poke a bear, or in this case a lion, and expect a fairy tale ending. Tyson doesn't play these games. He's survived wars in the ring against men who actually knew how to fight. not wannabe boxers with YouTube channels. Jake's desperate antics, his attempt to turn this into a reality TV spectacle, only made Tyson's legendary status shine even brighter. The crowd knew it, Tyson knew it, and deep down, Jake Paul probably knew it too, though he'd never admit it.
A comedy set for them once, and I bombed.
Dang, okay, yeah, I bombed.
It sucked.
Yeah,
The fans went wild, feeding off the drama and chaos. They didn't come to see Jake Paul's circus act. They came to witness Tyson's raw, old-school power. And man, did he deliver. The atmosphere was electric, every second building up to the inevitable. It wasn't just a fight for Tyson. It was a chance to put a loudmouth like Jake Paul in his place. Paul might think he's some master of trash talk, but Tyson's here to show him that the ring isn't some stage for YouTube stunts. It's a battlefield. And the price of disrespect? It's paid in pain.
I'm f***ing him up, Burial. I'm f***ing him up. He hits like a It's personal now. It's personal now. He must die.
Now we're all just waiting to see if Tyson's fist will deliver the final blow to Paul's delusions. The stakes have never been higher. One man has decades of real fighting experience, and the other's got a resume full of pranks and ego-driven nonsense. It's a clash of worlds, and it's only a matter of time before Paul realizes that, in Tyson's world, actions have consequences, and they hurt. So, while Jake scrambles desperately to regain whatever twisted sense of dignity he believes he has, Tyson is already mentally moving on. Because for Mike Tyson, this isn't a spectacle, it's a fight. And that's the real punchline. Jake's about to learn the hard way